welcome to class once again. Nice to be here. All right, in continuation of our revision class, we are going to be looking at revision on local government, pre-colonial administration, and colonialism today. So let's quickly go into the lesson. Local government administration. Now, if you can remember vividly, when we were learning about local government administration, I made you to understand that local government administration in a federal state can be defined as the third level or third level of administration in a federal state. But in a unitary state, it is the second level of administration. And mind you, in a federal state, powers are constitutionally divided between the three levels of government, talking about the central, the state, and the local government. But in a unitary state, power can only be delegated to the local government. Power is not in any way divided or shared between any level of government in unitary system of government. Let's look at the reasons for creating local government in any country where it is operated. Let's look at them. Reasons for creating local government. Number one, bringing government closer to the people at the grass level. To bring government closer to the people at the grassroots level. Also, for development at the grassroots level. Training of political leaders at the grassroots level. People who eventually become leaders at the national level, we have to start from somewhere. Starting from the grassroots, which will be the basis of their training. So it is at the grassroots level or local government level that people who aspire to become leaders at the national level begin to train. And that's why we say it is actually training ground for political leaders at grassroots level. And also to lessen the burden on the central government. Also for maintenance of law and order at the grassroots level. In 1976, there was what we refer to as local government reform in Nigeria. And that local government reform in Nigeria was brought about by Obasanjo's administration in 1976. And that local government reform brought about uniformity in the system of administration of local government throughout the country. It removed the control of local government administration from the hand of the traditional rulers to the hand of elected local government chairmen. So you can see from here, according to 1976 local government reform in Nigeria, local government became uniformed entity throughout the country. Pre-colonial administration in Nigeria. Now, under pre-colonial administration in Nigeria, we looked at three different societies. We looked at the Yoruba, the Hausa Fulani, and the Igbo society. Now, I made it to understand then the Hausa Fulani practice monarchical and theocratic system. When we say monarchical, monarchical has to do with that where you have a king or a queen as the head of the government. And we say it is a theocratic in the sense that we have a religious leader who is also a political leader. So in this sense, in Hausa Fulani, the emirs are regarded as a political leader and also a religious leader. So, and all thanks to Usmada Fodio in Hausa Fulani, who engaged in holy war. The holy war now brought establishment of monarchical and theocratic system of government, and the Hausa Fulani was divided into two emirates. One was administered by the brother of Usmada Fodio, and the other by the son. All right, let's continue. In Yoruba traditional system, Yoruba also adopted monarchical, but that monarchical was a democratic one, was not absolute like the Hausa Fulani. So the Oba could be questioned, could be called to order if he went against the laid down rule. But in the eastern part of the country, talking about Igbo land, the system was totally different from the two. We can see from here, it was totally different because the Igbo people never had an organized, centralized government. So they refer to them as Asifa laws or state-led society. All right, colonial administration in Nigeria. Finally, so colonial administration has been described as foreign imposition of government over another small nation for the purpose of economic, social, and political dominance. And if you can remember, we learned about the reasons for colonialism: search for raw materials, for new markets, expansion of political empire, among others. Now, the system of colonialism in Nigeria was different from the system of colonialism in French colonies. Britain adopted indirect rule in Nigeria, while in French colony, they adopted policy of assimilation. Later, when it failed, they adopted policy of association. I believe with this, we have learned something that will bring to our mind what we have learned in our previous classes. Thank you.